Hello teacher, I'm Karen Ponce. I have performed this video for Phonology and Morphology subject. I know this video aims at reading and pronouncing correctly the sounds that were provided in a transcribed passage that you sent us before. The correct pronunciation will be pronounced by transcribing the English symbols. First, I will present a brief introduction about me. Then I will report what my passage is about. Finally, I will give some comments about this activity that I have performed during this video. Well, the objective of this video is to read and pronounce correctly all the symbols that are provided in the transcribed passage by practicing in no more than 3 times consecutively. Well, what I can say about me is that I have been studying in Don Bosco's University for 4 years, and I have been working in Don Bosco's school for 2 years. I know that it's difficult to work and study at the same time, but I know that I can do it. Well, my expectation about this subject is that I need to improve a lot my speaking skill. I know that speaking is not only have a better pronunciation, but also it's important to know how the fluency at the time that we are speaking. So I know that it's important to take these classes with you, and it is difficult to take the classes online, but I know that is for to help us to use all the resources online. Well, the, this is the passage, the transcribed passage. I will read it in 3 times consecutively, I said before. And at the first time, I will read slow, and then I will try to improve my reading. This passage is about reading. It shows three important aspects, and at the end, the other 2 aspects are very important to know how reading is important in our life. We divide reading by showing our emotions, and in another way we can say that reading is to conserve all our emotions. Well, that is the reading about. I'm going to read first. Reading is everything. Reading makes me feel like I've accomplished something, learned something, become a better person. Reading is escape, and the opposite of escape, it's a way to make contact with reality after a day of making things up. And it's a way of making contact with someone else's imagination after a day that's all too real. The second time. Reading is everything. Reading makes me feel like I've accomplished something, learned something, become a better person. Reading is escape, and the opposite of escape, it's a way to make contact with reality after a day of making things up. And it's a way of making contact with someone else's imagination after a day that's all too real. The third time. Reading is everything. Reading makes me feel like I've accomplished something, learned something, become a better person. Reading is escape, and the opposite of escape, it's a way to make contact with reality after a day of making things up. And it's a way of making contact with someone else's imagination after a day that's all too real. Well, at the end of performing this activity, I would like to say that this type of activity helped me a lot to improve my speaking skills, because speaking, as I said before, is not only the way I pronounce the words, but also the fluency in which I speak. I recognize that not all the words were easy to me to understand them. However, most of them I already knew. For instance, The word escape was difficult for me because the central mid-latin stress sound, schwa, can substitute all the vowel sounds. Back to this inconvenience, finally, I would like to say that I enjoyed and I learned a lot by doing this activity. Thank you so much, teachers. See you then.